Okay, everybody, thanks for joining. We're doing a channel update here tonight. I need to let everybody know because I don't know if anybody understands exactly what's going on. I usually would upload 3 or 4 videos a day, basically, and I'd stay up to date with everything. That will still remain true. I have been very busy lately, and what people don't understand is I am rebuilding a game room. I'm rebuilding a playroom for the kid, and I'm putting in a fireboard in the kid's room. So basically it's like fireproof board, and it's really hard. I don't know if they call that stuff sheetrock or what, but man, that stuff, you can't even put a screw through that thing, you know? So I don't know if they call it green board or whatever they call it, but so basically there's just, we're rebuilding, redoing everything. We've got a lot going on, a lot of hard work, and there's a lot of like restoration projects going on. We're redoing the garage. I'm probably going to sell my Trans Am here to get rid of it, because there's this, it's like I'm never going to drive that thing, and to get parts for it, it's just too old. You know what I mean? It's great having a black Trans Am with the gold bird on the hood, but it ain't. Whenever you would drive that thing, it would just get the cops on you. And there's really, the traffic these days is actually so bad that you can't drive that thing. You just can't. And people intentionally will try to get you to wreck it. Like, whenever you first get your brand new car, you'll notice there's always somebody like trying to get you to wreck it. I had people cut me off and just slam on the brakes. And, stuff like that, man, all the time. And back in the 80s and the 90s, you didn't really get that. There was a lot more room to drive on the road. It wasn't as congested as it is now. So there's a lot going on. And I figure if I get all this out of the way now, I won't have to deal with it ever again, and it'll be done and over. And we'll have a lot of room and a lot of time to handle everything. Now, there's also some other things I wanted to go over on this update. Basically, YouTube or Google, India basically won't stay out of people's personal business in the United States. So India gets into your computers, and it doesn't matter if you have, they'll put a rootkit in there, or they'll just, track your Google account. That's exactly what they do. So, I had noticed I'd gotten some phone calls about the channel, and it's like, well, how'd you get this phone number? And they want you to do stuff, because if you ever watch Scammer Payback, they want you, they try to, Google will not call you on the phone, people. They just will not. And if you're running a Google Ads thing, they will try to intentionally get you to, spend more money, use your credit card. And I'm going to end up blocking Google from my credit card, because they're untrustworthy. They found a way to charge me $1 every month. Every month, even though I pay for premium on multiple accounts. So imagine how much that costs, because premium is like a lot more expensive now than what it used to be. And they came out with that half premium stuff where you still get the effects of premium, but just not all the stuff. And that's a good idea. I might switch to that. Who knows? But I figure if you're paying for premium, and Google, the Google browser, I think, is what gets watched. Like, they're watching your channel whenever you log in, and so they'll watch and they'll see, and that's how India gets into your stuff. So it's really a headache. You can change your passwords and stuff. It's not really that. They can only see so much on their end, because trust me, if they could get a hold of your credit card, they would. Okay, they will, with every doubt in your mind. So we have that as a problem. And if you ever watch Scammer Payback, Pierogi is very, very informational. That, they try these things where they call you saying they're Google and they're going to do stuff for you. So I've encountered that already. And everybody that has a YouTube channel encounters this. To be honest, Google should be the most secure damn thing in the world, but they're not. And none of the online ability. It's like a hack job these days. Now, the other thing I wanted to let everybody know is that Google themselves, you know, they like to try to, you know, YouTube is not free, okay? If your channel kicks off and makes a lot of money, then you got lucky, and there you go. You know, usually if you're a girl showing your stuff, oh yeah, you're gonna get the views. If you're making good content, you know, yeah, they're gonna stick with it. You know, I'm gonna put out a lot of content, but it's not necessarily all about the content with me. Now down the road, there's gonna be a ton of stuff, and we are gonna be doing even a lot more. It's just gonna be filled with videos of all kinds, and I'm gonna start going deep into like programming and stuff with you know, making really good quality stuff and using some AI and all this and that. And I'm also building a studio room. And the problem we have is Google is YouTube, just so you know. So if you have any problems with YouTube, trust me, it's Google. So Google wants me to pay money to promote the channel. They want me to pay them money to promote the channel, so that way they'll show the videos. So they're basically intentionally not showing my videos to anybody. You know, they cut it off a few weeks ago, right before I did the stop of making videos. So basically they kind of sent me this thing saying, well, if you want us to show your videos to more people, you're gonna have to pay up. Now think about it this way. Most people that run these channels have sponsors, and they'll get some of the most retarded ass sponsors you have ever heard of. Like shit that I've never heard of. And half of them are Chinese companies. China outsells, they sell your information. People get a hold of your information and sell it. And that's really what goes on. So China usually sells it to India. And people don't know this, you know. It takes a lot of time for people to understand how things really work in the real world. So, as far as the channel goes, we are going to be doing a lot more. So, we're looking at like 3 months of reduced content. So I'm going to only be putting out videos every once in a while now. And that's no big deal, because if you look at the takeaway is I'll actually have a studio room. I'll have everything set up and completely done, and it's going to be nice. And we're going to be ready to rock and roll. And then it won't just be Fortnite videos and baby videos. It's going to be all kinds of stuff, you know. A lot more time spent on designing stuff. I've got a whole bunch of unboxing videos, and I haven't done them. I decided we're going to put those off for now, and we'll worry about those later, because what we have is a lot of work to do first to do some really nice unboxing videos. And I've spent a lot of time doing stuff, and it will take just a few months. If I had more help, maybe be done a lot faster. But I don't really need help. I like to do it my way. You know, people get in my way, you know. It's just how it is. So we've got a lot going on. And like I said, it was a few weeks ago, before I stopped or reduced the content making, that's when I realized Google was asking for money, and Google Ads and Google Promotions and YouTube. So basically YouTube is like, well, now that you're over 500 subscribers, we're no longer going to promote your videos or show your videos. You're going to have to pay or have sponsors. And that's what people don't tell you about. It's kind of like their way of getting around. You know, think about it this way. It's a TV service. So, just like with TV, they need to be paid in order to show your stuff. just like running an underground thing. Most people, as you'll see, all the channels, some people's channels, the people that had like millions of views, you know, and we're talking like, let's go there. So Cinemassacre, for one, he might have seen like a drop where most people weren't watching his videos for a while, and that's probably because, yeah, they have millions of views, but if you look, he probably had the same kind of thing, like, we're not going to show your videos unless if you have a sponsor, or if you have, or you're going to pay us, or you have, you know. So for YouTube to pay you money, it's kind of like a two-way street. So you have to be able to pay them and stuff. And, you know, making money, it depends. You can make some money off of YouTube, but you also have to run a Google Ads. You also have to do this and that, and it takes time. Some people can get it going right away, but it's not about making money off of it. Most people end up just doing it for a few years and then quitting. Some people do it, come back to doing it, and some people just stick with it and just collect whatever. And if you've got something solid where you're just like baby videos sometimes will just run your channel. I mean, if you're getting you'll get a ton of views on like cool videos or family videos and stuff like that. You'll have like millions of views. You don't even pay for those views. You just get those views, but nobody subscribes. So you have to have a certain level of subscribers and a certain level of views and hours of watch time. So it just takes too much, you know. And usually it takes 1 to 2 years before you actually can productively do something with YouTube. There are those one-hit wonders, and we're not worried about those. So just wanted to drop all that kind of information. Also, sometimes with audio, because I don't bother to always test my audio beforehand. So sometimes I'll put a video out where I'll mess up the audio, and it's like, alright, well, you know. And that's because they don't make anything. Like, right now, TVs are going to 8K. Well, that's great, because I'm about to go buy an 8K TV, and I'm thinking, well, shit, this, half of these capture cards and half of these things don't work with that new HDMI. Some of the new HDMIs are going to be 2.1 or 2.2. They're even talking like 3.0 and shit. So we're talking, you know, 2.5. We got this badass all new designed HDMI kind of setup, and it's like, I don't even know if that's going to plug in or run through my capture card. And so you wonder why sometimes your audio might be messed up. Well, because you have to stick to one solid thing. I was going to do a video on the audio fix and how to fix audio. You get a lot of that whenever you capture anything, you know. And I was going to show you that YouTube does nerf your audio in certain apps. So if you play it on your phone, it sounds fine. If you play it on your computer, it's fine. But if you play it on your TV app or certain apps, it won't play like the audio properly. And that's because they're watching a signal bar at the bottom. And that's what's nerfing it. And I've been watching how everything works, and at some point I will put that video out. And it's not a big deal. I talked about it in previous videos. But we got a lot going on, people, so I don't want you guys to get scared. But if you guys are in the channel, don't worry, we're still here, and we're going to be putting out some more videos. I'm doing some videos here tonight with this, and you know, it is what it is. You know, it takes a lot of time sometimes to process videos. You don't just get videos overnight, you know. The hard part I was having is taking, like, say, Super Mario and making him animated on the screen and making him do stuff. That takes a lot of time. And I can do basic animations, or I can take other people's creations that they've done it. And YouTube can't do nothing about that because I'm paying for those creations. So if they try saying, well, you can't use it, yeah, right, I just paid for it, go, you know what I mean? And the best part about YouTube is they like to copyright you. So at certain stages, they'll check your content and they'll be like, man, there's some copyright. I hate to tell you, but you guys need to stop with the whole copyright stuff. It'll never stop. Basically, what they want you to do is pay for your copyright usage, and you can do that, get copyright pays, and be just fine with it. What YouTube really needs to do is take everybody that is a content creator, like say me or other people, and give them the choice to pay an additional $15 a month, or pay to use a copyright. So basically, if there is a copyright, $15 a month or $20 a month or something, some sort of fee for being able to use certain copyright stuff. And it allows you to use certain copyrights, or maybe stuff like that. So you're paying to use, and so if you ever were to have a complaint with a copyright from a legitimate copyright, like say Disney or something, then what Disney would do is YouTube would, they paid for their copyright usage, here's their payment, you get a percentage of it. Or what could be done is the copyright complainers that are complaining about bullshit, they could actually strike you up a deal or an offer saying, hey, I seen you were using our copyrighted stuff, like some of our song in your video game or something, and we would, since you're doing that, we would like to sponsor your channel, but in turn we get some of the money that you're making off the channel as well. Stuff like that. You know, make it a win-win street for both people. It doesn't have to be about, and the problem with the copyright thing is, what I'm going to tell you is, people, you're not getting copyrighted by people. You're getting copyrighted by the checker. YouTube and Google has this thing that checks you, and they actually have content creators that are YouTube certified, so they work for YouTube or they work for Google, and they go and they check your videos, and it may be a clean video for weeks or months, and then all of a sudden it gets a copyright, and it's from them that are flagging it. And you can also do a copyright check before you post the video, and it'll actually, you know, forcefully check your copyright, see if it can pull anything out of it. Usually what it does is, when it does that, is it's checking audio mainly, not really video, just audio. And when it does that, it'll send it to some Indian fucking company or some sort of offbeat company that's not even related to actually owns it. Like say Star Wars, like I got flagged for using Star Wars, so I unlisted 2 of my videos. Star Wars, technically anything over 20 plus years, it's fair game, buddy. Okay, and I don't care what you say. You've had 20 something years to make your money off of that. See ya. Bye bye. That's the truth, motherfucker. Okay, 20 plus years. Okay, that Star Wars theme song has been around since the 70s, buddy. And if the money goes to anybody, it should go to those people who actually made it, not to these 5 million hands that have 5 million hands in Star Wars. So a lot of you people this day and age like to think you might be a little woke to the reality, but okay, I was born in like the 70s, okay, so let's just get with it, right? So when it comes to that, he has sold all of his shit. He is sold out. So George Lucas has sold out his company, sold out his stuff, because he's too old and he wants to see it live as a legacy. He wants to see it live on. So he has sold all the rights, sold all the stuff to other hands, and Disney was one of those other hands. And if you watch the video, what George Lucas says, he says, I sold it to the white slave drivers, or the Communist Party he sold it to. Like, if you actually watch the in-depth video of what he has to say about it, he said he didn't want to have to sell it to him. It wasn't really what he wanted to do, but he needed it to carry on without his work, because he's, you know, if he dies tomorrow, it's over, right? So he wanted that legacy to continue on. because it was really cool. So just letting you all know, when you sell out your stuff like that and your movies and videos, and it's over 20 or 30 years old, you've made your money off of it. Other people have tried to put copyright laws on the Star Wars theme song. You can't. It's all over the goddamn place. Are you going to pay the orchestra that don't exist no more? Huh? What the fuck? So, anybody that made it this far into the video would obviously know or should know better. And anybody that wants to complain about it, I'd like to hear it. I'd like to hear it down in the comments, because there's so many people that want to defend something just because like they believe that it is like some sort of like mythical song and they need to be paid for it. Motherfucker, that song's been around for over 30 fucking years or more. Are you out of your freaking mind? You've made your money off of it. Kind of like Metallica. You're reaching the end of your fucking heavy metal music, okay? So when you die, your music doesn't pass down to all these random ass holders that sold out to a record company. It doesn't matter. When it's 20, 30 years old, it's done. It's fair game, buddy. You try to take it to court, and yeah, you might win, but I'm going to tell you, it's only going to win because you're crying like a bitch. So, the reality is no, it's fair use. I mean, if you didn't use the full song, then it's fair game. If you use like a little proportion or a small proportion, that's fine. And millions of people on YouTube are just copywriting and using other people's content. I see it all day, every day, just taking it. And so sometimes they'll actually say, hey, this and so person's YouTube channel, that's where I got it from, or this person's Twitter account that I got it from. It is what it is, people. So there was a lot more I wanted to talk about, but it's been 20 something minutes. If you stayed that far, just wanted to let you know we will be back, and we're going to be doing a lot more videos, and it's going to get crazy, especially with the studio being built. Anyways, it gives me something fun to do. And if you guys have any questions, put them down below. I will definitely answer. And I appreciate your time. And some videos will still drop during this time, but not nearly as many as I used to do. And then once everything's all done, I'll be like, hey, we're all good. We're back up and running. And if India won't stay the fuck out of people's personal business in the United States, get the hell out of here, India. What the hell's wrong with you? Anyways. Till next time, everybody. See ya.